Good morning, my name is Adam Adamek, and on this lecture I would like to tell you something about project planning and the PEST analysis. So, what is PEST analysis? It is method used to study the project environment. It defines the basic spheres of the environment. For example, areas that have a key impact on the functioning of the project and the entire organization. This method is often used in the early stage of a project. It can serve as one of the tools used in project planning. Usually, the results are presented in tabular form. But what is important that this analysis might be used for project but also entire organization. And it's something that it's worth to remember because it could help you with really many problems. This method consists in analyzing the environment of the project or, of course, organization from the political, economic, social and technological point of view. Each of the groups listed requires listing factors that may affect the project. The analysis can also analyze legal and environmental aspects. In specific cases, an environmental analysis is performed instead of economic one. Example, in projects that are not economically significant, such projects may be research and development projects, it might be a good idea to prepare environmental analysis, not economic one. But it's some specific case. And also sometimes we met the distinction of the legal aspects, and it might be like another field of research, another important field, but it's also in specific cases. Let's talk a few words about political factors. This group is often referred to political and legal factors as they include the system of regulation governing economic activity or also concerning foreign trade. As mentioned earlier, if there are many legal aspects and they are easy to separate from the political ones, they can consist a separate category for analysis. Here are some examples of political factors. For example, it could be passing the legal regulation, changing the European Union development strategy, changing the policy of the organization, implementing the project. So these political factors might be not only from, let's say, country point of view, but also from company point of view, because all companies has some strategy, has some political, and it could also change, and this change might influence on our project. So it's worth to remember that political factors are really wide topic. Another one are economic factors. Economic factors will include economic trends, interest rates, inflation, money supply, availability and cost of materials. But the economic part does not require calculation, and it issues to the list of economic aspects that affect the project and may be necessary to some calculation at the business plan stage. So you need to remember that at this stage you don't have to calculate anything. You need just to prepare a list of some economic factors that may change something in the project, and it has to be remembered when the calculation will be done. Examples of economic factors are also changes in energy cost, loss of customer, change in the assumption of project business plan, or of course change in inflation. I think these aspects are mm, quite easy to understand. Another one are social factors. In this group of factors, which are social and cultural factors, we study population demographics, education level, income distribution, consumer lifestyle, social mobility, risk awareness, habits, ethical and moral norms, and also lifestyle changes. This group of factors reflects the society approach to the project, and this might be really important in the case of controversial projects, for example, building a large coal power plant or a nuclear power plant. In projects like that, social opinion, so social factors are key issue and must be, this analysis must be prepared really, really deeply and really well, because there are examples when social opinion was so bad that project cannot be ended. So it's really important to understand the social opinion, social needs. Other examples of social factors are social favor, the image of the company implementing the project, favor of local authorities. It's all important, and it's all need to be done really carefully. And last one field of analysis is technological factors. The last group includes, for example, degree of project innovation, rate of relevant technologies, the company's experience in the use of specific technology. The category requires technical knowledge and a good understanding of the project. Other examples of these factors are devices efficiency, waiting time for device production, and other technical issues. It's important that technological factors require really deep knowledge about project. You need to understand project to prepare technological factors analysis. And it also really helpful at the early stage of the project, because it helps to find some risk that you can mitigate really fast because you know about them at the early stage of project. Let's say a few words about advantages and disadvantages of this analysis. Of course, this method is not an ideal tool that could solve all the project problems, but thanks to its simplicity and versatility, it's really often used in the early stages of the project. This method is easy to make, allow you to describe the risk at the really early stage. It's easy to present, and it's universal regardless of the type of the project or even whole entire organization. But there are some disadvantages, like the results of this method is subjective, the low accuracy of results, and requires a lot of information and deep knowledge and understanding of the project. But I think that even with the disadvantages, it's a method that is really simple and it's not time consuming, but the results are really helpful and could find a lot of risk at the early stage. And I used to use this method in most of my projects at the early stage. And that's all in this topic. I hope you find it interesting, and thanks for your attention.